No, but I went to Karl's show. I was supportive and but he's doing a live podcast and he didn't think it went well. And I was like there, but also it just wasn't the place to bring up like Price steel toe clips, And then he shooed Rich Voss away, which was odd.
Yeah, but okay, that's fair. But what's his show if he doesn't watch Steel Toe and Stuttering John?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
exactly. So he doesn't know either. So he when in doubt, just do the same shit you always do, and that's what he did. And then everybody, and you're saying the people there, and nobody was there, and the people that were there were like, who are these people?
No, it wasn't like I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, they're doing their thing. I thought it was fine. And then I walked up to him after, and he said, I knew you're going to tell Kevin Brennan about this. I swear to God.
That's why I'm number one. That's why I'm number one.
I was like, good show, Karl. I was like, I was having a blast. Like, it's fine. He's like, no, you're going to go tell Kevin Brennan about this, that it was poorly sold. And I know what you're going to do. I said, I was there supporting you. I didn't think it was a bad show. Do you think it was a bad show? He's like, yeah, go tell Kevin Brennan. I was like,
thank God you didn't tell me.
Well, no,
this is better. This is better than anything because she's actually not only did she tell me, she told me Karl told her not to tell me.
Well, that's what I said. I'm like, what's wrong with you that you thought was like, good show, man? Like, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you probably should.
All of a sudden, the Catskills. Who cares if the show's good or bad? It won't affect his career either way or his podcast either way. Unless he panics like a bitch. He's like, don't tell Kevin Brennan.
Hey, Kevy.
Oh, my God. What a disaster.
A disaster? How you feeling?
I'm exhausted.
I hear ya.
I do show after show after show.
You can take a break.
Back in. Huh?
You can take a break if you want.
I can't shut it down. I can't shut it down.
You have a family.
No, it's not that. I can't shut it down. Even tonight, I'm like, hey, don't do a show. Watch the football game. And then I'm like, oh, fuck this game. I don't get any enjoyment out of anything because everything's stupid. So I'm watching this football game. I'm like, I don't even care. I'm not betting on the game. Why am I even bothering? I should. What? So then I'm like, I'll do a show. Plus, if I don't do a show, people are like, where's the show? I'd be like, okay, let's do a show.
See, there you go. Well, what even football team do you root for?
It depends. I mean, I root for the Eagles, but in college, I don't root for anybody. I might be curious about a game, but then the games are predictable, and there you go. All right, Kiki, you haven't been on in a while, so get us caught up.
That's why I said send me the link. I just thought I hadn't seen your miserable face in a while, so I thought,
my face looks extra red today. I don't know what's going on. I mean,
summer's
over. Summer's over. I have cancer on this ear, whatever this ear is, my left. You're right. And then, but I still get sunburn. I get sunburn in March, through to like November. It's sick. I should be dead. I should be put out of my misery loves company because the sun hates me, and the sun is the most important thing in the universe. Our universe. The sun is the most important thing to all of us, and it hates me. That's a fact. Like our whole world. The only reason we're here is because of the sun.
It's true, and also vitamin D gives you happiness. And since you get sunburned, this is why that maybe you're so miserable.
Yeah, but vitamin D, you get vitamin D from the sun, but not if you're burnt to a crisp.
No, I know. So it's really sad. That's why, you're Irish, aren't you?
My kids aren't. They're only half.
Okay, but
because I'm not selfish. I wouldn't put my kids through the same torture.
That's smart. That's why you're with like a darker lady so that they can go out in the sun. Yeah, I get that.
I'm always putting others ahead of myself. Kiki, Kiki, what happened at Content House? I mean, there's been a lot of back and forth, but what really happened?
I had a marvelous time.
And how was Anthony Cumia up there? Did you check out his John thinks he has a lot of pockmarks, but I've been around with Cumia a lot of times. You don't even notice his pockmarked face, do you?
He's a handsome man. No.
Yeah, and also, but you think that about Gino too, so you have no credibility here. But also, did you know he has fake teeth, according to Stuttering John?
Anthony does?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay, well, if he does, let me tell you something. Everybody that's like successful and famous, everybody gets Da Vinci veneers. I didn't know that, but if it's true, then good for him.
Yeah, but when we have like Joe Biden had him and Bob Levy had him, and you can see when people like Bobby Collins had
when somebody like Bob Levy gets them in like a foreign country, that's you can tell.
No, but you can tell anyway. You can tell anyway when somebody got fake teeth. I don't think Cumia has fake teeth.
No. No, I doubt he has fake teeth. However, that's just that's a Hollywood thing. They grind your teeth down. They give you a new set of teeth when they say you're successful. That's it.
Yeah, but Cumia doesn't need to because he's in radio. But also, if he did have fake teeth, everybody would be aware of that because they'd be obvious.
No, they're not obvious. Not nowadays.
They're big. Yeah. They're big horse teeth. No offense to your friend. They're big horse teeth.
No. If you're rich enough, you get a new pair of teeth. That's it. So I could see it.
Well, if you have enough money, you get new teeth, but nobody even notices.
No one notices
because they're done so well.
Absolutely. They grind your teeth down to nubs. They're called Da Vinci. I don't know this about Cumia. I doubt he's had this, but he is probably rich enough to do such a thing.
Not after hiring Gino for 10 years.
Stop it.
Became a YouTube member. What's up, KB? Do you like mustard? I love mustard. Just finished combining some. Hoping to sell it to French's so it gets on your hot dog. I don't know what that is about, but I support 100%. Go Canada. Let us pour us back in. No, I listen. I know what I'm doing. I know there's no other shows, and you're just gonna be in a free chat, being trolls and pieces of shit. So yeah, and then Shlomo is right here. Band of Pours. Yeah, exactly. Peter Skype, give $5 and stop giving money to Melton and give me $5.
You can't please everyone.
I don't know how you follow last night's episode. Fucking comedy gold, I tell you. It's because everything Crimex arguing like a brother and sister. Don't ever delete that MLC. Yeah, I don't delete anything. First of all, everything's on Dropbox anyway. So yeah. But again, even when I start saying the F word and the M word, I'm like doing a Gino Visconti impression. I'm like, and then Merch is like, I feel like Merch is a bad influence because I'm around him and he always gets canceled. So I'm like, let me get canceled because the cancel kids are cool. And then I wake up all like, hey, what if I'm canceled, mommy?
You have some anxiety. Is that what you say to your wife?
You know? Yeah, because it's like when you're in high school and then you're cool because you're the cool guy and then you get expelled from the school. You got to get a new school and you're like, oh, maybe I should get my shit together.
I hear you.
Unban the Pores, never. But that's isn't that like a rap album, Unban the Pores?
Yes.
MSU play. I know. I saw that. I was like, this is insane. Michigan State is playing USC at 11 p.m. Eastern, but it's 8 o'clock their time, so it's not that late. But Michigan State, they're an East Coast team, but I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm going live. Again, if I had money on the game, even if I had money on the game, like Stokely or whatever, I'm like, fuck it. It's like I don't care enough to watch these fucking games.
Right. Exactly.
So Gino's in California again?
He's with Dave Sarah. He's his driver. He's been driving him around. Yeah.
Yeah, but what is that about? Are you not worried that they're doing some kind of, because Dave Sarah does a lot of coke because I mean not a lot, just enough to he's got a rough job. He's got to do all this shit for his parents, so he needs to be coked up to stay 24/7.
Right, I know that. Gino had this early morning gig. He's actually on this show. He recorded it this morning.
What show?
It's the Jubilee,
Jew, like, Jew. It's all Jews.
No. Oh. It's like 20 people, and then there's one person. Then they take turns debating. And I said, he's like,
What?
I don't want to make Dave. Okay, I'll like.
So
it's
comedy.
No, it's more politics, or there's one person. It could be like, okay, Charlie Kirk did it even. Like it's one.
How'd that work out?
Well, he didn't get a shot in the head there, did he? So, or neck, excuse me. But that's where I like first saw it. But it's like so Gino's was 20 people that love Trump against one person that doesn't, and then they debate, I guess.
Wait, it's 20-1,
and they take turns. Like Candace Owens has been on it. Like you would have to look it up because I wasn't quite sure what it was either, but they recorded it today. And then he said, I don't want to make Sarah come get me so early in the morning. I'm like, he does blow for his parents, so he'll be fine. So Dave came and picked him up. They went over there, and now
why does Dave have to pick him up? Don't they have Ubers out there? I know they do. I used to live out there.
Yes, but I think Dave just wanted to.
Dave wants to be around the rich and famous. Remember that show, Lifestyles and the Rich and Famous?
Or the or like Cribs.
No, that was the MTV show. But there was before that. There's I forget the guy's name, but the Lifestyles and the Rich and Famous.
Or the Good Charlotte song, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
No, wow. What are you, like 14?
I'm 32.
I know. I was making a joke. If you were 14, you'd be dating Anthony Cumia instead of Gino.
Whoa.
I mean married. Major props to Lars, Ivar channel, still cranking out exceptional Burning Bridges content. You want vintage Brennan? Check it out, folks. Yeah, whenever they pop up on my YouTube, I immediately tweet them out. So they're on my Twitter. I can't say my Twitter because it'll get taken down again. But they're all on my Twitter. Everything's there. And I don't even watch them. But whenever I see Brian McCarthy being drunk and stupid, I get a kick out of that. I mean, those were the glory days. Brian McCarthy. And Kiki was involved, one of the classic of all classic episodes where I refused to talk. Keith the Cop actually showed up. It was with her retard wrangler. What's your old
Alan Fuchs?
Yeah, he's a retard wrangler. And that was a classic. Wow, that was classic. That's on my YouTube also.
I can't. Yeah, I think of it.
That was the best. That was one of the best times I ever had. And then another time, you weren't even there, but another time I was pissed at Keith, so I said I was doing a show, and then I think we reached a point. I think we started at we started 2, and then I said to Garrett, how long do I have to go? He goes, I don't know, I guess an hour. I said, well, I did an hour. So, all right, good night, everybody. So then I just fucking stopped the show. And then Keith texted me. He's like, everything all right? I go, no.
No. No.
But Garrett always played along. Garrett's like, I said, Garrett, I think I just asked him, Garrett, did I do enough time? He goes, yeah, sure. Why not? So we just
I don't know. Sure.
No, he knew, but he knew it was funnier if it was just like, yeah, we did enough time. I probably did an hour. I don't know. Anywho,
do you know Steve too? Steve has a fun story. That first day, do you remember when you spilled your tea everywhere?
Oh yeah, oh sure.
That was Steve's first day.
It was?
Yeah. Also, do we have the same goddamn mug?
No. Where'd you get yours?
I think Amazon. It is the same.
Yeah. What color is yours in the inside? Is it a different color?
No, mine's pink, but yours is like, this is the same.
Yours is pink? Yeah, but what color? Isn't yours tan on the outside, brown on the inside, like my wife's? What? But isn't yours a different color on the inside? Mine's the same color.
No, it's the same color on the inside.
It's the shadow.
Well, cheers to our mug.
Cheers to you. So you don't think about cheating on Gino when he's not there?
No. Why would I do that?
Why not? Gino would do it to you. And is Gino getting paid? Is Gino getting paid for a Jamboree?
No. Yes, of course he is. Yeah, he got paid for it, and also it gets millions of views. It actually does. So,
and it's where can we find it?
just look it up. You can look up an older episode of it, so it'll be interesting to watch. But
okay, so they flew him out there and they put him up at a hotel.
Well, they give him a stipend, I believe. But
that's why he's using Dave Sarah.
And that he's not using him. I think him and Dave like hanging out together, which is probably why Dave's not here right now. So.
Lars, Ivar. Yeah, Johnny Mac's right. Lars, Ivar. But they're on my YouTube. I mean, they're on my Twitter. So just go to my Twitter. As soon as they're up there, and then once you find it, just subscribe to his channel, and then you'll get notifications too when he puts up a new one. They're fun to watch, and I don't know how he's doing it because E-Rock apparently is not a fan of mine, and he somehow deleted everything I've ever done there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, E-Rock deleted everything off of the Compound Media website, every Burning Bridges ever. So that's why Lars Ivar is doing the Lord's work.
Did you want yeah, because I would like to see some of them. Did you want all of do you think about that when you left? Like, could I have him on a flash drive or something?
On a platter? No. No, I never think about anything when I leave. SNL hasn't been watchable for 20 years. Let us chat. You're talking about the poors? No, fuck you. Get $5. Plus, I don't want all these melting fucking dick riders or back scratchers like Peter Sky Parker ruining the chat. And I know there's nothing else on. Nobody's else doing a show tonight unless you were a fan of Mersh, and I was last night.
I like him too. He's a nice man. Yeah.
I don't know if he's a nice man, but he provided some content last night. Can you imagine living in Karl Gables? Karl Gables. Oh, Karl Gables. Imagine being Karl. So is Karl I don't think I've ever been anywhere with Karl. Is Karl always seems short when he's taking pictures with people? Is he? What is he?
You are talking about WATP Karl, is that it?
Clubfoot Karl. Is he, what kind of height
I have to tell you, I didn't get to tell you, and I wouldn't have told you unless he told me not to tell you.
What?
When we were at no, he didn't tell me not to tell you. But I like Karl, all right? But his show, because
Melty. Uncle Melty. Did you bring that up? I saw Gino talk to him on a stream. Somebody was on. There was some kind of meet and greet or something. Gino was standing there, and then Karl walked by him, and so we didn't hear what they said. But did Gino confront Karl?
No, but I went to Karl's show. I was supportive, and but he's doing a live podcast, and he didn't think it went well. And I was like there, but also it just wasn't the place to bring up like Price steel toe clips, And then he shooed Rich Voss away, which was odd.
Yeah, but okay, that's fair. But what's his show if he doesn't watch Steel Toe and Stuttering John?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
exactly. So he doesn't know either. So he when in doubt, just do the same shit you always do, and that's what he did. And then everybody, and you're saying the people there, and nobody was there, and the people that were there were like, who are these people?
No, it wasn't like I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, they're doing their thing. I thought it was fine. And then I walked up to him after, and he said, I knew you're going to tell Kevin Brennan about this. I swear to God.
That's why I'm number one. That's why I'm number one.
I was like, good show, Karl. I was like, I was having a blast. Like, it's fine. He's like, no, you're going to go tell Kevin Brennan about this, that it was poorly sold. And I know what you're going to do. I said, I was there supporting you. I didn't think it was a bad show. Do you think it was a bad show? He's like, yeah, go tell Kevin Brennan. I was like,
thank God you didn't tell me.
Well, no,
this is better. This is better than anything because she's actually not only did she tell me, she told me Karl told her not to tell me.
Well, that's what I said. I'm like, what's wrong with you I was like, good show, man. Like, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you probably should.
All of a sudden, the Catskills. Who cares if the show's good or bad? It won't affect his career either way or his podcast either way. Unless he panics like a bitch. He's like, don't tell Kevin Brennan.
I just thought it was the funniest thing for him to mention you when I was just trying to sit down and have a drink with you, man. Like, I don't know.
Right after the show started, he's like, nobody tell Kevin Brennan.
I said, yeah, I know you're going to tell Kevin Brennan about this. He looked like he had, I'm not kidding, Kevin. He looked, he had like tears in his eye. I'm like, dude, it was a good show. I had a blast. He said, I know you're going to go tell Kevin Brennan about all of this.
Oh my God. Well, that's what he gets for not standing up to Melton. That's karma. That's podcast karma. Melton talks shit about you, and Karl's like, and then he pretends he's friends with you and Gino. I mean, it's fucking pathetic.
Well, also, I wouldn't have said anything. I was like, good show, man. I sat down with him to like be nice to him, not to be like, oh, Kevin Brennan's going to laugh about this. No, he said it. He brought you up. So, Kevin, I don't know what you did to him, but
Kiki, all he has to do is say nothing. Nobody cares about a show in the Catskills. Nobody.
Listen,
that's a fact.
No, he felt awkward about his show there, but also it wasn't
okay. But if he doesn't say a word, then it just goes away.
But no, he made a point.
But I'm saying if he would just say, if it had just been like, yeah, well, we did the best that we could, but instead he panicked and he's like, don't tell Kevin Brennan. Nobody here. He locked all the doors. He's like, nobody here. Tell Kevin Brennan what a disaster this was. And again, nobody really gives a shit. It became such a spectacle because the Rich Voss angle, and it was like he should have just let it go because again, nobody gives a fuck about a show in the Catskills, especially a podcast.
Right. I'm sorry, the stand-up shows were fucking great. Okay. If they wanted to bitch about like, well, we didn't have the right things and the show was poorly sold. It's like, well, you're doing a show about Steel Toe. I don't know what to tell you. Like, and then also you have, Rich Voss that you shooed away, which was odd. And he thought it was odd, but doesn't care.
Yeah, but that was also because Rich Voss had no idea any of the Steel Toe stuff, right?
Well, no, Rich Voss was making a joke. Rich Voss and Gino were golfing. And then since Cumia had to bail to go do something and then come back, he couldn't. I think that Karl's show would have landed better, I guess, which I didn't think it was bad. It would have landed better if Cumia was there to make fun of Stuttering John and
right.
as well.
Yeah. But my point is, Rich Voss doesn't really know anything about Steel Toe and the Stuttering John, the Dabbleverse stuff.
Right, but why?
So he couldn't really chime in. Rich Voss is going to make Rich Voss jokes, but he's not going to make specific jokes that will help Karl's show.
Yes, but all the people when Rich Voss walked in, they go like, "Yay!" Like, maybe you could veer off of your clips a little bit and go, yeah.
So some of the people that were at Karl's show had already seen Rich Voss do stand up, and they knew Rich Voss, and they were fans, or they might not have been fans of Rich Voss, but they were excited that he was there because they kind of knew who he was.
Right. I mean, I don't think he should have gone. Don't you fucking dare, Rich! Get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't know.
That's what he said?
Yeah, he said,
Don't you fucking dare, Rich, about Rich. What? What did he say?
Because Rich went up to the other streaming room. That's where he thought that it was. And then he walked into Karl's show because he's like, of course, I'll do these guys a favor. And then, Karl goes, don't you fucking dare, Rich. No. And then
don't you dare what? What was he doing?
Sit down and be a part of the show.
Oh, so wait, so Karl didn't know Rich Voss was going to show up?
No, Chrissy went, why don't we have Rich come? And since Cumia can't come.
Right.
And then Karl was like, no, fuck it, whatever. But then, no, I don't even think he said that. He just said, fuck you, Rich, because Rich went, I'm golfing. Let's see how I play. Then maybe I'll show up. And then he said, fuck you, Rich. But that's just, I guess, how He was just playing around.
Yeah, but what happened on the podcast when Rich Voss went there? What happened that Karl got mad?
He didn't get mad. Rich Voss walked in and there he was like, wow, yay. And then Karl went, don't you fucking dare, Rich, fuck you. And then he sat down for 5 minutes and then he was like, all right, give it up for Rich Voss, everybody. We have to get back to Aaron in Holt.
Oh, so Rich Voss is just making jokes about the whole situation about being the cat. Rich was just making Catskills jokes and how what his career's doing, that he's in the Catskills, et cetera, et cetera,
I think during his stand-up he was doing that, but during
but what did he do for the 5 minutes that Karl kicked him out?
It was only 5 minutes, and he said he talked to Adam Bush a little bit, and then but Karl isn't a stand-up. He was like, okay, I have to get back to my stuff. Like, goodbye,
yeah, but also Karl's a control freak.
That's the problem. It's like, wouldn't you veer off a little bit, I guess, and be like, okay, yeah.
Plus, there's only like 20 people there, right, in the audience.
I mean, he said it was poorly sold. I saw quite a few people there. Obviously, the stand-up shows were much better sold.
No, but I'm saying if there's only 20 or 30 people there, you can kind of do whatever you want. It's not like you have this big audience and you have to worry about losing the crowd. So if Rich Voss is there,
use him. That's what I'm saying. Use him.
But Karl, that's why when you watch Karl's show, everyone's nodding because you have to agree with Karl, and Karl's a control freak.
Right. He was a control freak. Absolutely. And then Chrissy and I walk out and Rich says, I don't know. That was the most awkward thing. I've never been, when you walk into a podcast, nobody doesn't use Rich Voss. That was a very odd.
That's what Rich said?
Yes. He said it to Chrissy and I. And does Rich care? No, obviously not. He doesn't give a shit. However, he did say it to us, like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, and also according to Karl, he's a big O&A guy, so he has to know that Rich Voss will bring whatever Rich Voss brings to O&A and or any podcast he shows up at. So you can't really go, oh, we got Rich, you're gonna have to leave. We have to go back to focusing on Steel Toe and or Stuttering John.
Right. But he shooed him out so quickly, and then I wouldn't have really thought. Well, I thought it was awkward, but I wouldn't have thought it was so awkward if Rich didn't say it to Chrissy and I.
Right.
And then I sit down with Karl at the bar after. He's like, "I know you're going to tell Kevin Brennan about this."
Well, you would never tell Kevin Brennan, right?
First words. No, I'm telling you right now. Now I will.
No, I know, of course.
Well, Karl's fine, but
Yeah, but you're right, Rich Voss. But you're right, Rich Voss. He used to smoke crack, so he's been through a lot of weird experiences. So for him to think that that was weird, you know what I mean? I mean, he used to suck cock for money for crack, but he thought Karl kicking him out was weird in the Catskills. He's like, that was weird. I've been through a lot as a crack. Speaking of crack,
hello.